Hello, ancient history lovers and explorers. Thanks for joining Namrata's Mantra's capitative journey through Karnataka, exploring the Hoysala Bill temples. Today, on second day, we have already seen some marvelous architecture at Kaitebeswar Temple, Kuptur, and Madhukeshwara Temple at Banwasi. Moving on to Koodli Sangama Ishwara Temple. On the way, we were able to take a blessing of famous goddess Marikambika at Sirsi. Also, we had a chance to visit a jog fall that is natural wonder in Western Ghats. Rameshwara Temple, built in 12th century by Hoysala kings, is on the confluence of Tung and Bhadra river. Is presently under Archaeological Survey of India. Civilizations always flourished where there abundant of water and alluvial soil, and Koodli Sangama is not exception. The area around Koodli is under occupation since prehistoric period. Various dynasties have ruled this place, starting from Satavahanas of Banwasi to Naikas of Keldi. Koodli is home to many temples built during various periods, such as Lord Rameshwara Temple, Sringiri Shankara Mutt, Narsimha Temple, and Vidyashankar temples. Remains of these temples can be found here. Koodli became the important center for Lingayata sect, and it became a famous religious place called Varanasi of South India. And Rameshwara temple is one of the famous temple built in 12th century in a Hoysala style. Majestic view of Tung and Bhadra joining together to become Tungabhadra can be seen here. Tungabhadra moves on to meet Krishna river, and on the bank of Tungabhadra there is a famous Hampi, the capital of Vijayanagara kingdom, and in ancient time this Tungabhadra was called Pampa. Ancient Hindus worship snakes, and you can see here snake gods in various forms. The Rameshwara temple of Koodli was built in 12th century during early Hoysala rule, and it is less ornate than any other temples of Hoysalas. As per the pillar inscription found here, this area was under Chuttu dynasty, and they were the subordinates of Satavahanas. They ruled during 2nd century CE, and they were defeated by Kadambas, and Kadambas ruled up to 5th century CE, and after that Chalukyas and Hoysalas. The temple has three entrances with open mandapa and simple Visara type of shikara. The famous Hoysala emblem, the Sala killing the lion, is seen on the nose of the shikara. Shilalekhas and hero stones or virgals can be seen around this temple. Here below this tree you can see there are many virgals giving us the information about the heroic act done by the ancestors. These stone inscription gives us vital information about this temple and the life at that time. Artistically carved two elephants are guarding the gate of this temple. Once inside, you will be captivated by its unique architectural features. The temple boasts an array of round pillars, which is the trademark of Hoysala, and you can see the sitting arrangement called Jagti all around this assembly hall. What technique they used is unknown, but these pillars stands as testimony to the architectural fineness and the artistic mind of the people thousands of years ago. What baffles now also is how they were able to carve these rounded, highly polished pillars out of the stone. Perfect collars, rings, and grooves. They have to have some pillar from base to top is divided into five parts. Bottom base, circular pillar. Then on top of that is the collar and top lintel. This temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, and you can see his carrier Nandi in front of Lord Shiva in the form of Rameshwara can be seen here. And look at the Nandi, how decorative he is. The charm of the temple is further enhanced by its intricately designed perforated windows, allowing sunlight to filter through in an enchanting dance of shadows. These windows are called jalandharas as air and light passes through it. The door of the Garbhagriha of Rameshwara temple was found locked, but we were able to have a glimpse of Rameshwara inside the Garbhagriha through the door. What is interesting is that this is a Ekakuta temple, means inside the Garbhagriha there is a single deity, but here you can see in the Antrala there are many other deities. One side there is a goddess Parvati in the form of Durga Parmeshwari, and side of that you can see there is a fearsome incarnation of Lord Vishnu as a Bhairava, and you can see the skull in his hand, and dogs are drinking the blood from the skull. There are footprints seen here, and also there is Lord Rama holding a bow in his hand, and you can see at his feet his Hanumana is praying in. Other side is Ganesha, and he is called Shakti Ganesha here. The door jambs have shakas of flowers and the perforated window, and below you can see the Dwarpalas, Nandikeshwara and Mahakaleshwara. Also some other deities are seen there. And Gajalakshmi is there on top of the door lintel. Once you gaze upward to the ceiling of Nauranga, or also called inner sanctum, presents symphony of artistic mystery. The ceiling has enchanting flower designs carved with exceptional precision. Each of the flower narrate a tale of devotion and craftsmanship. And here is mesmerizing hanging dome of this Rameshwara temple, which is a architectural marvel of Hoysala hanging upside down. Observing closely, here you can see the guardians of the cosmos called Ashtadikpalas. These eight guardians are entrusted with safeguarding the universe. They are always shown riding the carrier and always there consort with them. Let it be Kubera, the god of wealth, or Varuna, the god of water. We have seen always them on the walls of temple, Sikraj of temple, and even Banvasi, they had a separate temples. But here they are on the ceiling of this Rameshwara temple. Once outside of the temple, wondering about the architecture, you can see there are some remains scattered around, and there is one ancient temple which is in ruins, but it is so artistic and beautiful. Have a look at this temple. What remains is the broken pillars of Nandi Mandapa, which are you can see they are like Jalandhara, and look at the carving on them. Inside there is a Nandi in open, and below the Nandi there is a stone inscription giving information about this temple. And inside only remain the door of the temple. You can see there are some Shivlingas inside and Nandis around. Many ancient remains can be seen around this Rameshwara temple. When we look into history of these ancient temples, we always see succeeding dynasties. They always build upon the original structure and extended the support to these temples. Destruction and damage started once the invader started occupying Indian territory. There is also ancient Chintamani Narsiha Swami temple, which has a decorative gopura as the entrance gateway, and many remains are also seen here. But the Narsiha temple, you can see it is very ancient and it is supported by four pillars. Some other deities are also there in the Garbhagriha, and top you can see the again floral design on the ceiling. Entrance Gopura can be seen with many motifs and carvings of god, goddesses, and other creatures. Namrata's mantras, fascinating journey of Kudal Sangama and Rameshwara temple comes to an end. This was our last temple in second day of Hoysala temple journey, and now we are moving to Bhadravati. There are many more things to explore, and we will start fresh tomorrow morning.